Holy freaking shit. I actually don't really know what to say. I don't understand my younger self, why I've never played San Andreas when it came out. I loved Vice City. I really loved GTA Vice City. And especially, it was my first GTA I ever played. It was one of the first games in that sort of open world genre I've ever played. I've never seen anything like that before. Of course, I saw GTA 3 here and there, but I was way more focused on Japanese games. So at school, everybody was talking about GTA Vice City, and I broke. I kind of got the game impulsive, or I think I begged or asked my mom to get the game. And I absolutely loved it. The sort of freedom you had, and the storyline and setting and its music was absolutely fantastic. I was in love with Vice City, just like millions of others. I have played that game for dozens and dozens of hours. And I'm not entirely sure what I was doing in that time period when San Andreas came out. It just never really perhaps clicked with me. I have played the game. Let's just say I dabbled with the game. I played a mission here and there. I've done some stuff. I've seen quite a few retrospective reviews of San Andreas, and everybody, of course, is praising the game. It is very high on the best PS2 games of all time. It's very high on the greatest video games of all time, and yet, just like, for example, Metal Gear Solid 3, I've never played it. I never really played it up until Friday. I am about 30 hours into Grandia 3, and I'll be really honest, I was expecting way more. And that's going to be a different video once I finally beaten Grandia 3. I'm probably at the end of the game. And I was just getting burned out on how the game plays and its battle system and its really difficult difficulty spikes, like high difficulty spikes in certain bosses where first I thought I was overpowered and all of a sudden I'm not. And I was like thinking, I actually got the GTA Definite Edition. I got this for $10. I know it's very bad. It's reviewed very bad. However, the game has 10 gigabytes of patches for San Andreas. Holy shit. They patched a lot. And there are still quite a few issues with the game. It doesn't have that Rockstar quality that I expect for a Rockstar game, and that I even expected for a GTA game on the PS2. And I started to play this game, and play this game, and play, and play, and play. Now, it is a Sunday, and I am 16 hours in the game. I am now at the point where I have done the missions for Catalina, and she is by far my favorite character. She is absolutely batshit crazy, and I freaking love it. She basically, after one mission, she tells you, "You're my guy," and he's like, CJ's like, "What? What the hell's going on here?" He literally doesn't know what the hell is going on. He just rolls with it, you would say. I loved I'm loving the characters, and I'm enthralled with the world of San Andreas. A lot of these open world games I've played, like Saints Row and whatnot, I've played so many open world games. A lot of times I said, well, for example, Saints Row, I like this game more than GTA. This is a better game than GTA. But no, oh no, it's not. I was so wrong. I was so deadly wrong only because I only played Vice City. San Andreas is an open world game I wished would be more evolved in modern gaming. I do not understand why even Rockstar themselves haven't put in the features that you have in San Andreas. You can get skinny, you can get fat, you can get buff as fuck if you want. You can be super strong or you can be super fast. Does it really change the gameplay? No, no, it does not. The whole respect system it has, I don't really understand what it does. But the thing is, they could have improved upon it in GTA 4 and 5. Especially the whole point where you have to eat or you will lose energy. I think eventually, if you don't eat, you probably get skinny again. I guess. But the whole point to go to the gym and get buff, eat or get really fat is really cool. It is really cool. That is interactivity with the game. I feel a part of the San Andreas world. And the writing in this game is so good. It is so good that, no, I'm not a gangster or anything like that. I'm also not even someone of the streets. I never really grew up in the streets. But I'm thinking that probably this is the way, sort of, how it is in the streets with loyalty and stuff. And I kind of knew about the big twist in the game that someone was betraying you. You kind of see it, in the early on in the game. We're like, what is he doing? You're like, nah, this doesn't really add up. The whole Samuel L. Jackson playing the dirty cop is done so well. It's done so freaking well. But not just that. If I can place myself really easily in that time period, you have to understand there was nothing like this. This, I think, on a freaking PlayStation 2 felt like an endless world of possibilities. The world is so large. Compared to open world games of today, it doesn't feel large, but it feels dense. It feels there are a lot of things to do, and there are a lot of things to do. I just randomly, out of curiosity, went inside a bar and started pooling. And actually, in real life, I kind of like pool. I'm not super into it, but I do like pooling. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I saw an arcade cabinet, and that in a lot of these games, you have arcades, and you can't really do anything with it. You can actually play it. There are actually quite a few mini games that you can play in San Andreas. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. Now, I have played GTA 5 quite a bit when it came out on the PS4. And at least in my imagination, in my mind, you didn't really have that type of interactivity. You had things to do, but your characters don't get fat. They don't have to eat. They don't really have to do a lot of things. And you could possibly say, well, Claude, it's a system that most people don't really like, or it's a useless system in video games. Well, I don't agree with that. I don't agree that, for example, as I mentioned in a lot of videos with Assassin's Creed, and my girlfriend is playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I'm playing it here and there. Such a beautiful, gigantic world, but you can't actually do anything in it. You can do battles, you can do sea battles 1 or 2 times, and then it gets bored. You can go to finding these question marks, but eventually you're just finding the same stuff. You're not really doing anything. In San Andreas, I feel that I'm doing something. When I take over a hood, you'll get more money and you won't really get attacked all the time. If you don't do that, you'll get attacked the whole time. You have this gang fight going on, probably just like in real gangster street life. I'm not entirely sure. Is it a gimmick? Yes, it is. Is it flushed out? No, it's not. It's all very clunky, you would say. The gameplay is clunky. Just like every GTA game I remember, it's clunky. Some of the missions are extremely hard. I'm with the Catalina on quads that you have to chase the three redneck guys. I apologize if that is a bad word, but I had to restart that game several times. And I have read about the dreadful, absolutely hellish mission that with Smoke on the bike, you have to chase the train. Now, I have a stream video on my channel, and I've done that mission in one time. I was like, is this it? It's not that hard. Why is it so hard? Maybe on the PS2 where the frame rate isn't stable and stuff, it was more difficult. But I found it extremely easy. But with the quad with Catalina, I find it very difficult. Some of the the shootout missions, I find very difficult. The point where sort of the Hood families get together in the hotel and then the FBI comes along. I had to restart that mission several times because even though I always use a body armor, I just got hit so easily. You die so easily, just like real life. I kind of like the challenge in terms of shooting. You just don't run and gun in that particular way. There is a certain charm to this game I cannot describe. And for the love of video games, almost the entire time that I am playing this game, I somehow miss the old ways, the old times I get, the old world. I'm not entirely sure why. I feel extremely nostalgic, even though I've never really played San Andreas. There's also a part in my mind who says, who in the world who lived through the PlayStation 1 and 2, who was a kid, a teenager, it doesn't matter how old you were playing on the PS2 or the Xbox or the GameCube, but especially the PlayStation 2. And nowadays you're still gaming, can say, well, PS4 is the best console of all time. PS5 is the best console of all time. The Switch, even though it's an incredibly good system, and in my opinion, Nintendo is the only company who still seems to understand what gaming was. It's not as good as PS2. It just is not. San Andreas is, in my opinion, a game like Metal Gear Solid 3 that you play it, I'm going to cry when I've beaten it because I will never play a game like this ever again. Not GTA 6, perhaps it is, I don't know. But I don't think they'll put in as much feature in the game. I remember I randomly walked around the beach and I saw that the sign where there's something to do, right? And it's like, you haven't unlocked this yet. I'm like, oh, there was something here. I randomly, go to somewhere and then you all of a sudden get a mission. And of course, we all know if you go into the taxi, a firefighter, and whatever, there is so much stuff to do in this game. There's also a lot of, you could say, filler, where there's a lot of environments that are empty. But then again, isn't that in real world too? If you drive around a desert or a farmland, isn't that just desert and farmland? But in a lot of games like Odyssey, the game is so gigantic and there is a lot of stuff to see. There's just not a lot of stuff to do. I don't know how far I'm into the game. I really hope that I am not even halfway in the game. This is a game that, as I said, I'm going to cry, not literally, but I'm going to cry when this game will be completed. Will I 100% complete it? Probably not. Will I play it after I've beaten the game? I probably will. I just, again, I really don't know why I've never played this game. And I understand why people love this game so much, so extremely much. And I also have sort of a urge to say, well, Claude, you never played GTA 4. Maybe you should play it. You never really beaten GTA 5. Maybe you should go back and play it. However, I fear that I will not like these games as much as I do San Andreas because it doesn't have that interactivity with the world, the features that it has in this game. And I'm just almost speechless in a sense of, after all these years, without the power of nostalgia, as I've never played it, I truly believe that this is probably going to be one of the best video games I've ever played. I'm having so much fun with this game. I just cannot believe why I've never played it, why I've never given it a shot. And I'm definitely going to replay Vice City 2, and maybe even GTA 3. But I just I wanted to say this. I'm really baffled with myself that I never played San Andreas, and I am in some way fortunate that I can experience great games on PS2 even to this very day, and I have so much stuff to look forward to. And I'll be honest, I am getting hyped for GTA 6. We don't know anything about the game. It's been like more than a year. We don't know nothing about the game. Perhaps they will include features like you're getting fat and this and that. Maybe they will do it. Maybe they will have a super big interactive world that we all going to love as much as people loved and still love San Andreas. We just don't know. Leave in the comments below, have you ever played San Andreas? And if you are a big GTA fan, which GTA to you is your favorite? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And like always, you're gonna see me next time.